I'm going to talk about right now why the mandatory system in boxing is necessary. A lot of people are critical of it when you get these mandatory fights versus people that aren't good, but let's just keep this in mind right now. Teofimo Lopez beat Lomachenko. Teofimo Lopez was the man at lightweight. He had a mandatory fight versus George Kambosos. Kambosos stepped up to the plate. The fight got delayed. Then eventually the fight happened, and George Kambosos caused a massive upset versus Teofimo Lopez. Had there not been the mandatory in place, Teofimo Lopez would have never felt the need to fight George Kambosos. It would never have been on his radar. Probably not. He probably would have taken a random guy for a first title defense. He wouldn't have thought, oh, I'm going to fight George Kambosos. And nobody would have thought that George Kambosos could beat Teo. So the fact that he was able to work his way through the mandatory system, that allowed for Kambosos to get a shot at the title. And now we know that Kambosos beat Teofimo Lopez. So if it wasn't for the mandatory situation, a guy like Kambosos probably would never have gotten the recognition. He probably would never have gotten the shine. Another example, Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk. Usyk was the WBO champion at cruiserweight. He was undisputed at cruiserweight. So when you move up, you get to be the mandatory at the higher weight. Beat Chisora to get some experience. Fights Anthony Joshua. If it wasn't for the mandatory system, you think Joshua would take on such a skilled guy, such a talented fighter, when he didn't have to as a voluntary defense? And I'm not even saying that he would be ducking him. I'm just saying, do you think he would have done that? Because I don't. So you see that because the fact that there are these mandatories, that makes it where the best have to consistently challenge themselves and prove themselves. And now we know, wow, Usyk really is better than Joshua. Wow, Kambosos really is better than we thought. He could beat Teofimo Lopez. That is boxing. That is how greatness is established. That is how rankings are established. You have a title. You want to maintain your title? You got to defend your title. And I think the mandatory system is beautiful for that reason. Now, there are some drawbacks. Some guys become mandatory that I don't think deserve to be mandatory. And you have 4 different sanctioning bodies, which make things complicated. And I think there are too many belts, don't get me wrong. But to say that there should be no such thing as mandatories, I think is crazy. Let me know what you guys think. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.